Hey folks, welcome back to Canada's Boxing Channel. Well, we've got some late breaking news with respect to the Shakur Stevenson Floyd Schofield fight. I did a video on this the other day and my brain was telling me Shakur Stevenson, but I had this thing in my gut that maybe I could see that Schofield could bring enough, but there was something in somebody's gut because now Floyd Schofield has pulled out. It's still a late-breaking story. Dan Rafael said that he was taken to hospital in Riyadh. Apparently, Schofield has gone onto social media, or somebody from Schofield's family has gone onto social media, saying that Shakur Stevenson was involved in the poisoning of Schofield. Something about a massage lady rubbing cream on him. There's also some other reports I see saying that he couldn't make the weight. So, regardless, he's out. I double-checked BoxRec before I decided to make this video just to make sure, because sometimes there's a lot of stories that float around, especially during fight week, and I didn't want to be sort of caught up in one of those fake rumors, and look even stupider than I often do look. But BoxRec is now saying a TBA fighter, so it looks like Shakur is still going to take the ring. I'm not sure who the TBA fighter would be. Clearly on these big fights, they do have fighters who are standing by, in condition, in shape. But of course, literally and figuratively, all bets are now off. So anybody who's put any money on Floyd Schofield will, the bet will be cancelled. And I would imagine that almost regardless of who they can trot out to take on Shakur at this very late notice, any betting odds would be, prohibitively favoring Shakur Stevenson. But I suppose the good thing is that we'll still get to see Shakur demonstrating his skills, and hopefully if they get somebody that's decent to take him a few rounds, we'll still be able to enjoy what we're seeing. Very disappointing. Well, very disappointing as a fight fan, of course, that Schofield has pulled out. And it will depend really on the reasoning. I mean, if he is genuinely ill, and he has been, as Dan Rafael has been reporting, taken to hospital, then there will be, some medical tests and there'll be a proper diagnosis made. And then, like any other fan, we would wish him well, wish him a speedy recovery, very disappointing, etc., so forth. If it is something to do with a failure to make weight or other issues, and I've used the word issues to cover a broad range of things that could be, well then we may not be so charitable in our assessment of Floyd Schofield. I mean, the being poisoned by Shakur Stevenson, I think that's just preposterous. I would have to see some, absolutely beyond a reasonable doubt evidence before I would be prepared to accept that. I mean, Shakur Stevenson is the runaway favorite in the fight. I don't give that any credence whatsoever, but it is something that I saw online, and like I say, the massage person from one team massaging an opponent and rubbing some cream in, it's patently preposterous. I mean, these are elite level athletes. You wouldn't be borrowing somebody from somebody else's team in the first place, right? So I mean, let's not spend any more time sort of talking about that. I'm putting this video out at let me see, it's it'll be up by 7 p.m. Pacific time, so it'll be middle of the night UK. I suspect that when most people are watching this video, there'll be some more news. I may do a follow-up on this tomorrow if the news is confirmatory about any of these things, as in like legitimate illness or maybe a failure to make weight or anything like that. I was a little bit sort of suspicious maybe that, you know, he hadn't shown up for the grand arrivals, and I was wondering, I wonder why, like, you know, what's going on. So anyhow, it doesn't come as an absolute sort of smack in the face with a wet lettuce kind of shock, but it does sort of it is just disappointing, right? Yeah, well, we will have to see. So you will probably see this video before I get up in the morning. I look forward to reading your comments. Let me know what you have to say about it. And there's probably more news going to break sort of overnight, you know. So we'll see what we will see. I'm interested to know who the TBA fighter will be. Sometimes when there's a last minute replacement, and this is not exactly last minute, but like, you know, 72 hours or whatever, there can be shock upsets. I would be absolutely flabbergasted if a shock upset fighter can overturn Shakur. Shakur was the prohibitive odds-on favorite against Schofield, who had been training for this fight. So this fight might now look much more like an exhibition almost. But regardless, we'll get to see something, and we onwards and upwards. Okay, folks, please like, please share, please subscribe, and a shout out to Andy's Cavern, who makes his videos around a perfect time for me. He makes his videos around midnight. He uploads them about 5 o'clock. So I watch them when I have my dinner. And so if you haven't seen Andy's Cavern already, please go and visit. All right. Thank you very much. Have a great, I would say great rest of the night, but a great day wherever you are in the world. Cheers. Bye-bye.